My name is Gianni Russo, a.k.a. Carlo, the infamous son-in-law from The Godfather. I'm now known as the Hollywood Godfather, and this is my story.
Before all of the wins in my portfolio, I was a little boy diagnosed with polio. Experimenting with cures, I tried every one. Felt everything in my right, but my left was numb. Walking with a limp, like will I ever run? Once again, or is this it? Am I forever done? Living in the hospital was never fun. Some people were cool, but not everyone.
Welcome, everybody. And this show tonight is going to be a culmination of the Columbus Day Parade on Monday, me getting the Enrico Caruso Award on Tuesday, then jumping on a plane and going to the Hollywood show, which, how apropos, I finally met Giani in person. She flew in, and we were both doing the Hollywood Godfather at the Hollywood show in Burbank at the
Marriott
Hotel.
That's
What a
right.
great show! I mean, a lot of our fans showed up, and it was nice meeting all of you in person. And we're going to do a lot more of those type of things. And so, with any further ado, let me bring Giani Raymond in.
Hello. Hi. It's so fun. So fun getting to meet you in person. My goodness. What a treat. I
Well, thank you.
recognized you from clear across the lobby of the hotel. So it's so awesome. So fun meeting you.
There's only one of me, thank God.
That's right. And boy, what a great time. What a great time we had. And the really fun thing was for me to get to see all these people with all of their memorabilia and the posters, the books, the pictures of you, people thrilled to get to meet you in person, shake your hand, get your autograph, get a picture taken with you that they wait for a long, long time to be able to do. It was so cool.
It was really rewarding. And some of them brought posters from movies I even forgot to make. I made Laser Blast, movies I
Right.
made right after The Godfather, so 40 years ago, I remember. So, I mean, it really was a thrill. You know, I'm not, as our audience knows, I'm 82 years old, but I still enamored on what I was able to achieve and the loyal friends I have, fans rather, and friends. But,
Absolutely.
so we're going to take you chronologically through this journey. And I'm almost unfortunate that October is ending. Most people don't even know it. But October is also Italian Heritage Month. I know
that's
it's Indigenous Month. We share with a lot of people now. But at one time, the Columbus Day Parade was what we were on that day in a major parade. We're going to take you to the parade. And we have a lot of footage. I was hosted this year by a very close friend of mine and his wife, Margot and John Casamatides, who happens to own WABC radio and television. And I'm so happy they invited me because their whole family on the radio was there, and so many of their celebrities, and Joe Piscopo and Frank Marino, and they had a trolley, a vintage trolley. And even at their booth on 59th Street, where they were filming and different people, they were interviewing different people. I came back at the end of the parade and got interviewed over there also. But what I liked, Italians love food. They were the only people serving food. They were serving pizza and Italian cookies. And now understand, Mr. and Mrs. Casamatides, they're Greek, but they're very close to Italians because we have similarities. But it was such a great day. And Mike is going to zoom in on a lot of the stuff, and the trolley, you're going to see it. So we're going to let Mike put some of that up and chronologically follow that in a minute. And then we're going to take you to the Caruso Award. So watch this footage. right, we're back. And again, I have to thank Margot and John Casmantidis and the whole ABC radio family for including us. And you could see I marched in the parade. I've done it for so many years. In fact, I was in that parade. I was just going through my album. I actually have a picture when they honored Frank Sinatra, and he was the grand marshal of the parade. And the parade starts off there's a mass at 10 o'clock at St. Patrick's Cathedral. And I had the privilege, in fact, I'm going to dig up the picture and send it to Mike to put it into it. I had the privilege of praying with Frank Sinatra. I've been everywhere in the world, but never in a church.
Oh,
Not that he's not a religious guy. I don't know if he is or not, but the last thing I could remember, and I was young, and I have a picture of him kneeling and praying, which I thought was very heartwarming to begin with. And then you go out and we have this parade. And the parade and the parade starts in the high 40s and goes up to the 80s. So it's a 40-block parade on Fifth Avenue. Now, another honor that was bestowed upon me this week was the Enrico Caruso Award. Enrico Caruso is a 150-year-old foundation founded with him. And why it's so sentimental to me, you'll see in my receiving speech. My grandmother came from Naples, the same town as Enrico Caruso. Wow. So when I came out of my mother's womb, I was listening to Enrico Caruso on her radio in whatever form of, I don't even know what she had, but
tell us who he was. Tell us who he was for the people who don't know who Enrico Caruso was.
Enrico Caruso is do you know anything about him?
No.
Okay. Enrico Caruso was a great opera singer.
Oh.
And legendary in his own country, in Neapolitan, because Neapolitan, the language itself is very melodic. So it's very easy to put the words to music. And he became legendary before Pavarotti, before so many others. And now they have a foundation in New York. It's the Italian Cultural Institute. It's at 686 Park Avenue. The building in itself is amazing. And they have I think one of the few buildings, when they open the massive gates, you could actually pull into the courtyard of the building. And it's been there forever. And each year they honor a group of people. And this year I was one of them. And we're going to take you to that speech also, it's been that kind of a thing. But again, for me, I was introduced to him at such a young age until Carlo Gambino gave me my famous transistor radio. Then I started listening to another Italian called Frank Sinatra. But let's go to the reception itself. And I want you to take particular look at the clothes I'm wearing. I'm wearing a vintage cape with a Persian wool collar, an opera cape to the floor. There's very rare I could ever wear this. And the crucifix I'm wearing around my neck, very formal. I mean, extremely formal. But the crucifix also is from the Vatican. And it's part of my great-grandfather was a guard there. And so all of this, everything I had on is vintage, hundreds of years of age, but there's no really any place to wear it. So when you see it, I mean, it's an amazing ensemble, and I'll probably never wear it again until I get honored somewhere else. I did wear it in the Vatican when I got my credentials from Pope John Paul, who is now St. John Paul. But the Knights of Malta are the guards in the Vatican that guard the Pope's residency inside the Vatican.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't realize the Vatican itself is its own country. It's like the United Nations in New York does not belong to New York or the United States. It's recognized by everything is theirs, their own zip code, everything, money,
Yeah.
everything. It's the same thing as the Vatican.
Their own, yeah, they call it the Vatican police, everything, right?
Oh yeah,
have
their own police department, everything. That's why a couple of times, not to bring up my past, but they were trying to indict me because I was a courier for the Vatican, bonded by Lloyd's of London, and they stopped me a few times, and I showed them my credential, and they couldn't stop me. And the FBI had to make a call, and they said he's right. We have to go to the Vatican to get permission. Well, you can't. How are you going to subpoena the Vatican? Who's going to receive
Yeah,
the subpoena?
no one's signing for that, are they? That's amazing.
Oh, so I mean, that's another. So we're going to take you there now also and show you the wardrobe. And I actually have my speech. They were fortunate enough to share it with me, and it includes my grandmother. And because, again, it was such a thrill for me to be able to receive this after she's long gone, but she would have been so proud that I got the Enrico Caruso Award.
He was directing this movie. He was more nervous than I was. Because Paramount was going to make it, they weren't going to make it. And that was my first film. I never acted before in my life. And soon after that, I became friends with Marlon Brando. He became my acting teacher. And I went on to make 46 other motion pictures. I'm proud to say I produced 16 of them, major films like Seabiscuit, Any Given Sunday. And so it started something for me at the age of 25 that's become another career. And for the Italians, I know you don't buy Italian food, but I have, and I was smart enough to own the IP for Corleone Foods. So if you go online, Genco olive oil, all that stuff is mine. But the good news, it's all made in Sicily.
Okay, we're back. In fact, it's time to make some money and a commercial. I have two. I'm going to take some of the time of the commercials to let you know where I'm going to be. I have two interesting dates. One is November 14th. I'm at the Starting Gate Country Club. Look it up. It's up in Westchester around here. And I'm doing my first show based on my book and the dedication to Sinatra and his life.
Oh, wow.
And it's open to the public, called the Starting Gate Country Club. It's on, as I said, November 14th. And now I've had another thing bestowed upon me. An Italian eyeglass company from Italy asked me to be the spokesperson for them internationally. So I will be at the American Dream Mall.
American Dream Mall. Where's that at?
That's in New Jersey.
Okay.
It's right next to the Meadowlands. It's a famous mall. It's a big mall. And I'll be there on Black Friday and Black Saturday from 1 to 7 in Benjamin's Optical Store. It's on the first level. And you can bring memorabilia. I'll sign it for you. We'll have books for you to
nice.
autograph, or if you want to buy Christmas presents for anybody, we'll have certain memorabilia from The Godfather and these glasses. So I think that this is a perfect time, and I wanted to make this commercial because we have enough time for you to hear about it and be a part of both events.
Benjamin Optical, right?
Benjamin Opticals, yes.
And what's the name of that mall?
The American Dream Mall. It's one of the biggest malls.
That's awesome. All righty.
All right, so now we're back to the show. And this takes us now where Gianni flew in and met me and Julia, my lady. And that's the first time I met Gianni in person after all these years. and we had a wonderful time. We had wonderful dinners.
Oh, the
And
food. Mm.
I think it was very apropos, though, that we were at the Hollywood show to do the Hollywood Godfather podcast. And we did a part of it from there, which you're going to see some of that now. And we'll cut to that also, that footage and some stills that we took.
That's
And
right. We had a lot of fun, and that place, I'll tell you what, that is amazing. And the amounts of people coming in there. I mean, these people save their stuff, they gather it, and this is a big deal. I mean, I have a few things that come around once a year. It sounds like this is twice a year, but you know, there's certain times a year. You and I talked about it. I'm a big rodeo fan, so I know every December is a big deal in rodeo world, but when it's twice a year here at the Hollywood show, that's a big deal.
oh, it's
Collectors from
huge.
everywhere.
Thousands and thousands of people show up.
Right.
After we see some of these stills and footage we have, let's talk about all the stars UN's sought out that I didn't even know who they were.
That's right.
So enjoy the footage. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I was watching Gianni walking around like she was like a kid in a candy store, spotting these old stars. I would never know who they were. So who are some of the people you saw at the show?
I'll tell you, we saw a lot of the 90210 people. Tori Spelling, Austin Green, Ian, I don't know how to say, I can't remember what his last name is. Sandy Duncan. Let's see, Danny Bonaducci from the Partridge Family was there. One of my big favorites was Gregory Harrison that sat by us, and boy, he's amazing and still going strong. Michael McCready. Let's see who the absolute most beautiful thing there was Morgan Fairchild.
Oh my God!
I ran into her in the bathroom. Talk about absolutely stunning. I haven't seen her on anything or anywhere. I don't know what she does anymore, but my goodness, she absolutely stunning.
How
Beautiful.
old would you say she is now?
I don't know. She's got to be, I don't know. I can Google it, but boy, she was absolutely stunning. We saw the mom from the Waltons. Let's see. Lisa Renna and her husband, Harry Hamlin.
Who was the lady across from us? Old starlet that got all dressed up.
Kurt. Oh my gosh.
She was so drecked out with the hat and everything
Oh,
from that
she
era.
was darling. Yes.
She must have been 90 years old.
She was amazing. I'll look for her name. But wasn't she darling? Still
see,
decked
that's what
out.
I'm saying. You know, I did that show 22 years ago, and I never went back. Now this year they invited me, and I'm glad I went. You know, maybe because I'm getting older, but it's such a thrill to see, like you pointed out, these people coming with pictures of me and photographs. Some had pictures of me they took with me 40 years ago, and they still have them. And needed to have them signed, you know.
Right. The posters were incredible.
And you know, the footage we did there we're back from watching part of it. We did an interview there, but we were not obviously equipped like we are here, and the room noise was so loud.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So the only thing we could do is have Mike show the still of the both of us at our booth.
Right.
I want them to see us together rather than on split screen.
That's right. I mean, it was just so wild to be, the one thing I thought, oh boy, I'm going to be uncomfortable meeting you guys in person. it was not one bit uncomfortable. I walked in like old friends, so it was so fun.
I mean, we'd been talking for years
Right.
now.
You know, the one thing that I noticed, even with my work, you know, I'm on Zoom calls every day, and I pictured you just like you were, but on Zoom calls, when I got to meet some of the people I worked with, I expected them to be either really short or really tall, and then they walk in and it's totally different. But I literally recognized you through a glass door and out in a clear across the lobby. So it was so fun. But
No,
back,
I'm glad. We're going to make it happen more now than ever. And we have a new project, as you know, in the works. So we'll share that soon, hopefully. But
yeah,
let's talk about, well, again, it's even when we were in the restaurants, all the people that came up to us, and it was so nice to see, it's nice to get out. And what was another part of the country for me? I flew across country to go with it. You went from Utah,
uh,
which is an hour ride, which was great.
yeah, very nice. Well, that was the other thing, Gianni. There was as many people that were the talent there that were so excited to see you and to come up and talk to you, and that part was fun to see, that not only just fans but colleagues coming
Oh
over
yeah.
to the
Oh
booth and
yeah.
getting to talk to you, and just being so happy to spend some time with you. Tracy, was it Coco that was she in Star Wars? She was
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
The
Oh my God.
Italian
She
favorite. She
came
was
every
so
day.
cute. Yeah,
She came every day to see me. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Said
She's
hi,
really
how you
good.
guys doing? Every time she passed the booth. She was a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
it's perfect.
Yeah, it was, what a fun time. And I'll tell you, the another thing that I found just remarkable is there was one guy came in. I mean, these people are serious. They've got that stuff well protected. They've got authenticators out there authenticating
Oh, I
the
know.
autographs on stuff. They have things rolled up. They've got carts that I mean, these are valuable possessions. And
No, these are major collectors. I mean,
right,
I signed a poster, original poster of The Godfather, which is over 50 years old. They had almost every cast member on it. I don't
right.
know what that's worth. So I said to the guy, I said, "How much you going to sell that for?" He said, "I'm not selling this. You kidding?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought,
Worth a fortune. Yeah,
yeah, it's like
yeah.
their lives, which is great to know because we may do more of these shows just for that reason. I mean, and plus,
Exactly.
it's always nice to get see the fans and the people, and I'll be doing more of that, fortunately. And you
You
have to
know,
come.
there was more than one guy that would get somebody on the phone that, which was funny. They're like, hold on, will you please just say hi to so and so? He's
Oh
gonna
yeah, I've
die.
sent so hi to so many fathers and girlfriends and lovers and whatever.
It's
But
so
again,
cute.
that's another, it's fun.
What a
It's
compliment to you and to all those people, you know. One of the highlights that we laughed several times about. Some big dude walking around. They had some people from Baywatch and apparently some ex-Playboy bunnies in there. One guy walking around with his
Oh,
Playboy,
with the Playboy
not covered
magazine,
up, just wandering up and
trying
down
to
the
find the
aisle,
girl.
trying to find his girlfriend there. That was hilarious. He was
I
so
mean,
funny.
I would be so embarrassed to take that out and, you
Well,
know, a
he was
nudie magazine.
Well, you know, when I walked around the corner, because I had to go see who was there, you know, and Tori Spelling, you know, just so many different people. But I walked around the corner, and when I figured out who the Playboy bunny was, um, there was one box that was covered that said nudes. I didn't see how much she was selling those for, but she was making out on all of it. She wasn't letting
Oh,
any
she
out.
was actually selling the stills? Oh my God. That's
She had nudes in a box, but the box was covered, and you could buy those and get an autograph.
oh,
So
that's
no wonder that
wild.
guy's walking around with his Playboy. He wanted
Oh,
to.
he's trying to get another couple of pictures.
Oh my gosh, what a fun! All walks of life. I mean, just so many people. What a fun weekend.
Well, we're going to take another break, and then we're going to tell you how we concluded the last day out west. We'll be
That's
right
right.
back. Hello, everybody. We are now broadcasting live from Casa del Sol in Toluca Lake. Do you believe where we've been this whole week? New York, everywhere. And one of my close friends and associate in MJ Licensing with Corleone, Franco, thank you so much for this wonderful experience. This restaurant's amazing. And we're going all over the world now, Gianni. We're becoming international correspondents. Stay tuned. We got more coming up. Okay, we're back. Now, we all heard of Toluca Lake. So this is the next location we go to from our hotel before we fly back. A very good friend of mine and happens to sit on the board of directors of MJ Licensing, Franco. He's such a host. He owns 3 of the best restaurants in California. And the one that he invited us to, I've never been to. It's at Toluca Lake. And for people, if you never heard of Toluca Lake, that's where Bob Hope lived. Him, Dolores, I've been to their house 100 times. And this restaurant is on Cahuenga, 1 block from their house. I couldn't believe it. He's owned the restaurant for 31 years, Casa del Sol. And Franco invited us there. I've been to Moon Shadows. I used to be, when I lived in LA, I was at Moon Shadows, his restaurant on a PCH. And it overlooks the water, outside patio, the sunsets and the music. I was there all the time. And he still owns that. And in another major restaurant at the corner of Sunset Boulevard and PCH, which is, the road that goes into Malibu. He owns that restaurant. It's the biggest restaurant you can go to. Outdoor seating is hundreds of people, and it's right on the beach. And he has parking for 1,000 cars, and sometimes it's full. It's like insane.
I'll tell you, the food, was absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the ensemble of food we had. I mean, we had a taste of everything.
Right. He chose for us the ravioli. What was it? I can't think what it was. That was phenomenal. The desserts, save room for dessert because it is fabulous. Outdoor seating.
Did you ever have asumbuca like that before?
I haven't eaten food like that before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But
Yeah.
anyway, so you're going to see footage of that. We have some just introducing Franco and you and I having lunch there at the restaurant Casa del Sol. So if you're ever in that area, you got to go to this restaurant.
We can put some links in the show notes. So if you're in that area, you can go and eat that food because the food was phenomenal. The place there is so cool.
Oh, it's legendary.
Great big trees growing right through the middle of the place. So pleasant. The customer service, the staff was absolutely amazing. We didn't want for a thing. We didn't even, we couldn't even turn our heads without someone looking to take care of us. It was all the way around just fantastic. So
it was a tremendous weekend. And I'm so happy I shared it with you. But now,
I am too. I don't normally take any time off work or sit and relax. That's the most relaxing time I've had in years. It was so fun. You guys were such great hosts to me. I appreciate it so much. So fun getting to meet you guys. We had a ball.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed our little venture, our film clips, and which we've taken you to 4 major things that we enjoyed last week.
Right. Check our, we'll put on Instagram, we'll put on Facebook, we'll show you guys some pictures. I don't know if anybody's just listening to this. You can see the video version on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. You can see it on YouTube. So please share it with a friend. We want to have all the new subscribers we can. We'd love to have you joining us and sharing us with other people so we can just help our podcast grow. So please share it and do take a minute to find the video version of it, because you'll want to see all these neat things rather than just listen to it on the audio part. Certainly
And
worth.
personally, I would like you to listen to my speech thanking my grandmother and Enrico Caruso. It came out
Absolutely.
pretty well.
And you got to see that cape. I'll tell you one thing. I don't care where you go. There's not going to be anybody in the room dressed better than Gianni Russo, showing up in style.
That outfit was so insane. That's hundreds of years old, that outfit. It's crazy.
I can't, that's so fun. You know, I've got stuff in my closet that you think, why do you keep this? I should get rid of it. And then I think, now I've been trying to clean it out, Gianni. And then after you show up with this wild outfit and you think, hey, there's a reason you keep that
the
stuff.
tie, the cape, and the shirt was
Oh.
actually handed down to me.
Oh,
That crucifix around my neck, which is a formal tie way
Right.
back when, that was my great grandfather's.
that's so neat.
That's insane. Well, thank you for tuning in. We enjoy sharing this with you. We're going to start doing a couple of more road trips, come up
That's
with some
right.
big things. If you have some suggestions, send them in to us. Thank you for tuning in. Jeannie, what a great weekend. Great spending time with you.
A few days in the life of Gianni Russo. I'll tell you, I was like, I'm like, I got to get home. This guy can outdo all of us. He's got so much energy, like the Energizer Bunny, and just always pleasant, always fun, always gracious. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Julia, if you're in the background there. I had a great time.
Thank you. All right. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and keep the cards and letters coming.
That's
God
right.
bless you all.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
And that was that. But I'll be back.
No regrets, no complaints. Lived a life with no restraints. The little kid they all counted out, proved them all wrong, that's without a doubt. Laying there with my left side numb, 5-year bout with polio, but yes, I won. From standing on corners like how many pens you want, to living in a bakery, then opening my own restaurant. Of course, I had some help along the way, friends like Frank Costello that I miss each and every day. Things from many years ago still resonate.